The sea has many names for death, but that night they called it the Central America, a ship of gold, a ship of dreams, lost to the hurricane's fury in the endless Atlantic. The SS Central America was no ordinary vessel. She was a sidewheel steamer, sleek and proud, built to bridge the gap between coasts at a time when fortunes were made and lost on the tides. In the summer of 1857, she set sail from Panama, her cargo holds overflowing with the wealth of the California gold rush. Crates of gold coins and bars packed tight, each one a promise of a new life or a kingdom's ransom. Her passengers were a living tapestry of the age, families returning home after years in the gold fields, merchants flush with success, and prospectors who had struck it rich beyond their wildest dreams. There were stories in every cabin, of dusty roads and backbreaking labor, of the endless hunger for something more. As she steamed northward, the Central America was a floating palace, her decks alive with laughter and music. Children played in the warm salt air, and the men spoke in hushed voices of what they would do with the riches they carried. But beyond the horizon, the sea was waiting. On September 9, 1857, the storm rose from the depths of the Atlantic, a hurricane that swallowed the world in darkness. The wind howled like a chorus of lost souls, and waves taller than houses crashed over the decks. The Central America was built for trade and comfort, not for the fury of the open sea. Water poured in through the seams, flooding the boilers and drowning the engines. The side wheels churned uselessly as the ship groaned under the weight of the storm. Passengers clung to each other, their eyes wide with terror. The rain lashed down in sheets, and the deck was a shifting plain of water and fear. Captain William Herndon was a man of the sea, known for his calm in the face of the storm. He ordered the pumps manned day and night, the crew fighting to keep the Atlantic at bay. But it was a battle they could not win. When the ship's fate became clear, he made the hardest decision of all: to save those he could. The women and children were loaded into lifeboats, their cries lost in the roar of the wind. Captain Herndon stayed on deck, his hand steady on the rail, his eyes on the horizon that would never come. He gave his place to those who had more to live for. The lifeboats vanished into the night, fragile hopes in an endless sea of black. On September 12th, the Central America gave her final groan, a sound like the earth itself breaking, and slipped beneath the waves. 425 souls were lost to the deep, their names carried away by the cold currents. Only 153 survived, pulled from the icy water by passing ships that stumbled upon the wreckage. The loss of the Central America was more than a tragedy at sea. In her hold lay 30,000 pounds of gold, enough to break or save an empire. Her sinking shook the world of commerce, deepening the panic of 1857 and sending banks and businesses to their knees. For over a century, she was a ghost on the ocean floor, her story whispered in the halls of history. Some said she was cursed, that the gold she carried was the price of her doom. Others believed she was a testament to the sea's unyielding hunger, a reminder that even the greatest dreams can be swallowed whole by the waves. In the 1980s, modern explorers finally found her, 2 miles down in the pitch-black cold. Her treasure gleamed like starlight in the beams of their lamps, untouched for generations. But the silence of that place was deeper than any gold, an eternal stillness that spoke of lives lost and the endless patience of the deep. Today, the SS Central America rests in darkness, her hull a monument to those who dared to chase fortune across an indifferent sea. Her story is a song of triumph and ruin, of wealth and loss, echoing still in the cold currents of the Atlantic. Thank you for listening to The Sunken Ledger. Subscribe for more true tales from the depths.